Hello and peace be with you. This is Kaylee from Kaylee's Household, and I am back to review Hack My Home, episode 4, Homeschool Hacks. When I saw the title of this video, I was so excited because I am very passionate about home everything, but especially homeschool. This is why. I think it's unnatural for children to be on an adult schedule. Let's start there. That there should be more time for play in the day and discovery and all of these things. So I am a huge supporter of homeschool, and I've seen so many different homeschool renovations also on other shows. Literally a completely different schoolhouse in the backyard, and that was amazing. Love that it incorporates like the outdoors. That would be like the ideal type of homeschool situation. Nonetheless, Leach family, Marietta, Georgia, 3 kids, 2 adopted, 10, 7, 4, and they got 1 on the way. Let's get into it. But first, if you are new here, please subscribe, please like the video, comment, be my friend. Okay, I need more of them, clearly. And connect with me on social. Feel free to donate to the channel and all that good stuff. Okay. The Leach family, mom homeschools in the living room. So they walk up to the home. First of all, the home is a cute home. Like it is, there's nothing wrong with the outside of this home. The windows are brand new windows. They're like beautiful, big. There's lots of like natural lighting in this home. The door is nice. It's like painted red. There's nothing wrong with this outside of this home. So I was like, oh, this is cute. So, but we walk into the living room and it is crayons with school supplies. There's not really, I mean, it's like there's a little bit of a living room area, but it looks like kind of bachelor energy going on where it's like a pizza box on the table. Like, I don't know what's going on with the living room. And then like there's like a TV, like a really like 13-inch TV in there, like in the corner. It was pretty much overrun by the homeschool area, the teaching area, which shows their priorities. And I love that for them. The mom taught for 15 years. So she is a seasoned teacher. She is an educator. She knows what she is doing. Okay. And it shows that everything that is stored in that home is being used. I mean, she knows what she's doing. And so I love that this was always her goal. I've never seen a homeschool. I've never seen it in like a living room. I've seen it in a dining room. I've seen it in a kitchen. But maybe like a separate room type of thing, but never in a living room is where they actually like taught, especially ages above like 4, right? So the innovator asked the husband, what does he want? Because he's just standing there. He's like, that I thought that was very considerate to ask the husband what he wants. What type of home do you see, coming home to? Because clearly they're always home and you're not. And what do you want to experience when you come home? Because they know what they want to experience. The family, the mom and the children, they already know. They're always there, right? But it's really important. He said he wanted it to be peaceful, inviting, and hospitable. And it's totally doable considering the outside is already very hospitable. It's very welcoming. They walk into and they're like, okay, you're going to adopt another one. Like, let's see the children's bedroom, the bedroom that, you're wanting to bring another child in. So they walk into May's room and they're like, yeah, we're in the process of adopting a new sister. So we have to fit another girl in here. Right then there, I'm just like, this family got a lot going on. Like, let's pause. I had to take a breather. I literally had to pause it and take a breather and process what the team has to get done for this home. And I'm just like, wait a minute. So you need a new place to teach. You need to give them back the living room. Now there's a new kid coming. I mean, it was just a lot. So I had to take a breather. And they had a moment about talking about the adoption, why they chose adoption. And I really identify with this. I'm partially adopted. So I have my own personal feelings and thoughts and things like that on adoption. This is what I want to stop and talk about that I absolutely adored about this family and about this couple was not thinking, oh, we need a bigger house. A lot of, and especially in America, our views on kind of like more is more, and they have the wisdom to know that less is more, and that they don't need a bigger home or they need another car or another job or, this, and that. Just need to make room for more. Work with what you got. So anyway, so of course Ati's like, well, is there any other space in here? Like, and they're like, well, there's a dungeon and this and this. I'm just like, oh my God, here we go. So she's all curious about that and she wants to go in there. And I'm like, ma'am, everybody's looking at her like, ma'am, there's no natural light in that dungeon. We're not going down there. We're not living down there. We're not teaching down there. We're not eating down there. Ati, I don't know why you want to see this. This is not an option. And she's like, but it is. And I love that for her. Love that about her. And of course, Brooks is thinking of a pulley system. He wants to make everything's an art installation to him. And, he's like, oh, well, May needs a crank system for her toys. And Ati's looking at him like, crank system? Sir, like, do you not know what safety measures are? Like, safety. I don't know anybody else is like, I'm always worried about safety, fire hazards. When I clean homes, I'm always like, walkways, like they need to be clear. I don't like anything in the way of me escaping a home. Like, I'm always worried about safety. I'm constantly worried about safety because I was the child that always got hurt. Okay. I was in the hospital once, twice, thrice times a year from the ages of like 6 to like, it just ended. Like, it just calmed down. Maybe about 5 years ago into my adulthood that I stopped going to the hospital for random injuries. And where did they happen? The home. Not always, but mostly. Yeah, she was quite worried about that crank system. Dig under this basement and do this. And she's like, I'm like, okay, digging. Okay. Like, okay, construction. Like, yes, I love it. So she has a plan. She's like, no, the classroom's going down here. And I agree that the classroom for a homeschool situation, or even if you work from home, where you work should be close to the kitchen. Why? Because you want to grab water periodically, you want to grab coffee periodically, you want to grab a snack periodically, a fruit or something like that. Like, I don't know, it's far from the coffee. So I'm just like, I don't know, the mom should be closer to the coffee for a beat. And she's like, yeah, we're going to add a window right here. I'm like, and that's when I let out my exhale of stress watching this episode, because that was my number one concern. You guys know how I feel about lighting. Natural lighting in a home is huge. And when you're teaching and working in a home, like all day in a home, you need natural lighting. Natural lighting, if you're under fluorescent lighting or, ceiling light, whatever, it's bad for your eyesight. Okay, you need natural lights in your eyes, not straight on, of course, but you need it to be in your peripherals. You need sunshine in your eyeballs. Like, it needs to be around, it's just, anyway. I was able to relax. And then I said, okay, now I support this decision. Now I support Ati in this decision in putting this classroom down here, because if you did not add that window, that would have not been good at all. So, in case there's a fire. On to Mikkel with the teacher's desk. This was his time to shine, and he had the tool belt ready to go. It's full down storage, which we've seen before. But then the builder, he's a builder, and he's like, oh, you can put a chalkboard right there. He was very happy about that. And it just goes to show how collaborative they are on the team and how they're all creative and they all value each other's ideas. And collaboration really is the best way to get the best final results, honestly. So, the final reveal of a Homeschool Hacks, where they had to not only give them a living room, but make another bedroom from one bedroom, new dining, I'll say new dining, and a new classroom in the basement. This was 4 projects. I don't know how long this took them, but this was a large project. Like, this was large. They show the reveal. They started in the living room. Okay, so let's start with the upstairs first. And they got their living room back, and it was very welcoming, and it was very hospitable, and it was very peaceful. And I love that they took that 13-inch TV with the plastic film still on it out of there. And they said, you know what you're going to look at? You're going to look at a piano. You're not gonna watch no TV in here. You wanna watch TV? Go in your bedroom or, wherever else. So one, it wasn't a priority for them in the first place because they didn't have a huge TV. So it already showed that TV was not a huge priority for them. Love that. Take it out. Two, they kept the integrity of the little children's area, and they kept, some little books and stuff in the corner where it's like, oh yeah, the children can, it's kind of like, yeah, this is a grown-up living room, but yeah, children, y'all can be in here if you read. Just like stay, none of that rah in here. Parents need their space to relax. They just like the kids have y'all have your bedrooms. We have our bedrooms, as children to relax in our space. You've got to learn from your parents those boundaries of, yeah, they need their space to relax and enjoy the things that they pay for. Love that for them. Nonetheless, and did they paint the door yellow? I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with the yellow door. May's bedroom, where they gave her a bunk bed, obviously a little pod situation, okay, for her sister. And she said, I'm gonna get the top bunk. Okay, that's fine. Not everybody, let's talk about this. I never wanted the top bunk. Like if you're a bottom bunk person, please comment so I know I'm not the only one. I am a bottom bunk type of, and that's because I had a bottom bunk with my sister. But I liked having the bottom bunk. Number one, I pee a lot during the night. And so I'm not going up and down a ladder to get out and go to the bathroom or to go get a snack or water or something. Like I'm not doing acrobatics. Like this is bed, right? So I like the easiness of getting out and in. And I was like, I don't have to like go up a ladder. And I also have a fear of falling. So that's probably part of it. But am prone to accidents and hurting myself in weird ways. Being on the top bunk, not the best place for somebody like me. Thus, I've always preferred the bottom bunk. So, May, you can go ahead and have your top bunk. That is fine. You're the oldest, I'm assuming, oldest sister. That's how that works. You go ahead and have it. And I love that it was by the window, too. So she can, like, look outside and look at birds and stuff like that. So she's so sweet. She's just a button, honestly.
They walk into the kitchen. First off, the cluttered refrigerator gave me anxiety, but nonetheless.
I know that a full kitchen is a full heart. So I get it. I get it. You have kids. You want to show them off. You have a big family. You have lots of friends. I personally put a limit on hanging things on doors. My doors conversation from my last video, you guys know how I feel about doors. This includes refrigerator doors, okay? Something that opens and closes. I don't want things falling off of, okay? I gotta go. I like the sides of fridges, like with, magnets and pictures, like the sides. The front of them, I glitch. I started to glitch when I saw that fridge. But it was really the dining table that they redid, and this was a highlight of Jessica's portion of her design for this dining table, which was excellent choice. The backless chairs, aka stools. I think there's a difference between stools and backless chairs, but that's another video. It has to do with the legs, but an excellent choice for that space. It fit perfectly, and the custom-made table, which was like carved and grained, and I mean, wow, that was easy to clean, easy to maintain dining room table that they gave them. Okay, the reveal of it, Jessica called it a dining portal, and I thought that was pretty tight. A dining portal to another world. And I said, hold on, what's going on here? Which was cool, but it literally lifts up and goes downstairs, spiral staircase into the now classroom in the old dungeon in the basement. But now it's a classroom, and now it's a proper space to teach. In an earshot away from the kitchen, or a few steps away from the kitchen. Big W on Jessica and Ati's part for putting that right there, because they really had nowhere else to put it. They really didn't. Moving on to the classroom, which was Mikkel's display of his artwork. The nightstand, it was kind of like nightstands, the desks a little bit, was to tell this was not his first time designing a classroom or a workspace. Like he's not new to this at all. Backpack hangers by the door, A+. They closed off the rest of the dungeon. There was this weird door. They just painted yellow so you didn't get weird vibes from it. But I don't know what's on the other side of that door. I don't think anybody else wants to know, besides Ati, what's on the other side of that door. Honestly, I'm not curious. I don't want to know. I'm curious as to where they put all the other stuff. But yeah, they just went ahead and painted that door yellow and locked it tight. You had the gear pulley for Brooks in May's room. You had the table porter, a table portal by Jessica in the dining room. You had the concrete recreation, you know what I'm saying, by Ati in the basement. And you had the desk design in the classroom by Mikkel. A really, really lovely couple. The mom's face was just absolutely beaming. Into my final point about why this renovation was so important. Making space. Making space in this particular episode was absolutely crucial. To make space for life, to make space for love, to make space for family. A sense of belonging is a huge, huge thing that children need. Specifically and particularly children like myself who are not in our original family unit. We struggle with a sense of belonging. We struggle with feeling at home and knowing who we are, things like that. And I want to close it out with a scripture that talks about this. Galatians 3:27 through 28 states, "For those of you who are baptized into Christ have been clothed with Christ. There is no Jew or Greek, slave or free, male or female, since you are all one in Christ Jesus." Works to relieve that sense or loss of belonging. It is always us. There's always room for us. This family was willing to make room for more love and to make room for another child. And God bless this family. And God bless you. And thank you for watching.